Oh my God. So I was just speaking and uh, let's go back. What I have done so far. Let's go back. So I can just undo effects. I'll just undo this. Discard changes. I'll just undo the action and thanks again, Vicky. I mean, I thought start right. So I'll just while uploading the video, I'll just skip the initial 6 minutes. Okay. Yes, Rishi, I just shared it. I mean, I could see that. I mean, of course, I should have actually seen my stream yet. So, it happens. Everyone has a bad day. Okay, cool. Let's go back. So, as we were talking about yesterday, we got into some issues. So, and we want to actually refactor some code. So, let's start with the action because if you remember, let's close all the files first. So, while using error, actually catch error, we were getting some weird issue, and then I couldn't figure it out at that point. So the issue was very simple. I mean, if you see here, I had commented this code. So the issue was actually, I mean, sometime I just like laugh at myself that what I'm doing. The issue was this catch error was not imported. So we have to import it from RxJS. So let's see. And to do one more thing, you have to pass the error here. And what's why it's not why it's giving me error? What did I change? Parameter error has implicitly any type. What? So okay, load products and so I just did catch error exhaust map just worked like few seconds ago, and now it's not. Why map products? Because again I made a mistake. This should be comma, not a dot. Okay, cool. And then we add off here because it should be an observable, and this is okay. So we just fix this issue. So now our functional effect can handle the success scenario and failure scenario as well. Same let's do with load product category. I'll just make sure that I put comma this time, otherwise we'll waste few seconds again. And here we'll again say, okay, in catch error we get the error and pass the error here. So we have both the actions working now with both success and failure scenario. Second refactor I wanted to do is actually this one. So if you remember, when we started this stream, we tried with create action, and then we said, okay, let's try create action group, which allows us to have just less number of lines of code. And we started with events having a string value, and then NgRx internally changes these values to a function name, so a camel case function name. So load product becomes L small, load and product, a single string. But with NgRx 16, you don't have to do this. So amazing work by the team. We don't have to struggle with what function names are. Anyways, that was auto completed, but it becomes easy to search as well. So in case I want to search for some action, I can just like say, okay, load product by category, because the end goal is like to have a maintainable code, right? I mean, where we should be able to refactor code in future if needed. So this is much easier. We can say product success, and then failure. Great. So now we have the actions with new function names and added something. Product success. Okay, I made a spelling mistake. And so we changed our action names. We refactored it based on the new NgRx 16 syntax. We have our effects working. So next, what we wanted to do is we wanted to have this. We actually wanted to have a scenario where we get all the products, which we did. So let's go back to our app. Yeah. So we wanted to have a wrap, and then based on like this select current selected categories, we wanted to have the products only for that category. But I mean, there are multiple ways we can do it. So one thought which I gave was like having a selector and then load pass the category name and then load the products only for that category. But let's think about an like real time application, right? So if you have a big application and especially an e-commerce application, you will not have like 20 products like this, right? So you will have more products. I mean, maybe 10,000, 10,000, 50,000 products, and we are not going to load all the products like in one go. It will just like blot your application. It will anyways your users won't be able to see 50,000 products at once. So how we do it? Generally, we have some server side pagination, right? So we just load 20 products, and then based on the pagination change, we load more products when needed. So in that case, it makes more sense to just load only products for this specific category. So what we can do is we can actually change our effects. This one, load product by category effects, a little bit. So rather than having this jewelry as a static value, what we can do is we can take this category name as a value which is dispatched once user clicks on the URL. So to accommodate that, what we'll do is we'll change our action a little bit. So rather than actually having empty props, I will say this is props and it has a category which is of type string. And don't forget brackets. And what I missed is this one. Other way. So now this products load product by category takes an input as category. Let's go back to effect and then use this. So we already have an action here. What we can do is we can just say, okay, this action dot category, and that's it. That's the only change we have to make. But now we have to change, like dispatch this event as well, right? I mean, dispatch this action as well. How we'll do it? So remember, we use this category name when we click on the route. And when we have this category name, this will be available inside this. And we can remove this one. Yeah, let's comment this out. So we will not get any products. And let's go and make some changes. So I'm going to use a TypeScript setter. So I can say this is set, and then it becomes a function category name. And this is name as string, and we dispatch the event here. So if we say if the name is available, we pass load product by category, or we use else. I mean, of course, we can use ternary operator, but as of now, let's go with this. Let's try this out. And for product, what I can do is I can just use select products because we don't have to worry about this now. So we can just remove this, remove this, and hope everything works. So let's go back. Let's go back and see that, okay, all product, and then click on electronics, and we still have all the products for some reason. Let's see why. Because we have not handled this inside the effects. Let's see what we have done here. So product success, we pass all the products, load product by category, and I think it should work. So product by category, which takes a category and then loads only the products. Okay, let's see. We have our developer tools. So let's go ahead and use that developer tools and see what's happening here. So Redux. So load product by category, action. So electronics, product by category, state. Let's see what is this category product. We have 20 products. Why? Why? Hmm. Let's see our network. Let's make sure that all the API calls are being made. So click on probably it may be my setter function. So app component, webpack, libs, product, and let's go back to our product component and see what we are getting here. Click on jewelry, name is jewelry, dispatch category name. Remember, okay, I know what's the issue is. Probably load by category. Okay, this is okay. Load product by category. Let's see our effects. Mm, no, that was the wrong guess. So let's add an breakpoint here, and let's add a breakpoint here. So let's click on electronics. So it will say, okay, this name is electronics. Cool. And this will dispatch load product by category, and then name is okay category. Let's see. Okay, nothing happened. Why? Okay, so interesting question. Why? Anyone who is online can give me the answer. I mean, it's a small mistake from my side. So let's go back to our route. So in case like you have some action which is dispatched and it is not being captured, it means you have missed registering something. So I have to register this effect as well, which is load category. So I think I removed it last time and it's my fault. And now let's see. So it should start working now. Let's open it and click on electronics, and we have only electronics product. Let's click on jewelry. Now we have jewelry products, men's clothing. Let's click on all and you get all the products. Hey, we made it work like after 2 days. But yeah, this is what I love about live coding, because I have to also think that okay, what should I do now? What should I do next? So cool. So we have products being rendered based on the category we select. One part done, and we were able to handle it using the same component, so we don't have to write another component which we thought of like writing, uh, and we ended up doing with a small component. Now let's go to the next. What we will do is, let's see what else we have. What are the APIs? So add new cart, update a cart. Let's see, add new cart, what it takes. So it says you have to pass user ID, date, and products array. So you can say, okay, so we just have to pass product ID and quantity. That's it. And then to update a product, we can say which user ID, but that's update a cart. Okay, so to update a cart, we can say the user ID, the date, and which products we want, and with the quantity. That's it. So it means, if you think about it, I mean, we have to add quantity as well. So we can do that. Of course, we can add a form. Do we need a form? I mean, we can just add a form control saying that, okay, this will be type of number. Yeah. Let's see which we should go next. Do we have get card? Let's see, show output cards. And by the way, in case anyone who wants to try a little bit of CSS, just let me know. Let's ping me on Twitter or LinkedIn, and then we can make this a little bit responsive, right? Like having multiple products on the same page, and then we like change the size based on if this is a mobile view or web. I mean, it's a full page or like you have a mobile view. Let's try with the cart. Let's because this already has some dummy data. So for ID1, ID2, let's do the cart. To do that, what we will do is let's create another library because this is related to cart. But what does this give me? Product ID doesn't give me information about this product. So what we can do is no, it's not recommended to have like, this is interesting. What should we do? So we pass product ID for each and then get the all product information. That's what we can do because this is just giving me product ID. Let's see. We'll figure that out. And what we will do is we'll commit this code here and then start with a new branch. Git commit add product store and let's create a new branch. I'll say this is feature add. Let's click on NgGenerate and a new library. And we'll say this is, of course, a buildable library with name cart. And we need this to be singleton. I mean, because it creates a module. I don't want this module to be generated. Show more. Selector standalone. Yeah. And somehow it stops working every time. So I'll copy this as here, new bash script and directory libs and hyphen standalone. We don't get that module file, which we generally get. Cool. So we have our new library created. All the files are here. We don't have anything inside libcart, just a component which we needed anyways. And what we need a store. So I can add a new folder. Sorry, here. And let's set up our routing. So here I can go to this file, app routes, and add path providers, path, cart. Let's see what we had actually written here. Cart. Okay, makes sense. So we'll just have it cart. And then we can say load component and org/cart corresponding type declaration y lib cart keys config. Okay, it says org/lib/carts for some reason. Okay, I made a mistake. I'll just undo everything and then create a new one. Let's undo this. Unstage. And okay, this is, let's not undo. I mean, I'll just show you one thing. So there is something called move uh, utility which exists inside NgRx, NX, which is specifically for this cases where we created a project and then we want to move this project somewhere else. So let's try that. So let's go back to NX console and move. Let's see, I can find this. It's not here. So let's go to the docs because it saves a lot of time. So NX tab, and let's search for move, documentation, getting started, and move. NX workspace move. This is what we can use. So it says NX15 and lower, use and narval instead of NX, and show will be show what will be generated without writing to disk. So we can use it like this. So NX generate, NX workspace move, project, my feature lib, and destination shared my feature lib. So here let's do that. So what we want to do is we want to actually move the project, which is lib. Let's see the project name. What is the project name? Libcart destination. So I'll say this is libs and start. Let's see. I'm missing here is npx. Great. I mean, it worked. So now you know how to use move utility as well. So you can go to okay, but it created libs cart. Okay, no problem. You can say just to rather than libs cart, we say just cart. It will create now inside libs because this is kind of a library, and it worked. This is what we finally wanted. So we have all the files inside cart. Our component is here, and let's see if it updated tsconfig.json as well, because this should be updated now. Yes, org cart worked. So we saved some time, just like you using the move utility. And let's go and see our cart component. Where is the cart component? And it's somehow created. Okay, so this is not renamed src libcart, so it just moves it as it is. Let's just rename it. So here cart src category src lib. So src lib cart. I'll just rename this to cart rather than lib cart, and let's change this names to cart as well. I'll remove the lib part of it. Uh, yes, let's see if it works. So it changed one file, libcart component. Okay, I don't know what it changed actually. It changed one file. Index.ts. Why it is? I don't see any changes. Cart component.spec. Let's change this import and let's change the final file. What is that? Why there are libcart spec as well? Delete this one. Okay, so all the files are renamed. Cart component. I just rename the class names as well. Libcart rather than libcart, we'll have cart component. Perfect. And let's change. This is renamed. Let's see our route, and it works. So the application is still running. I have not made any changes here. Let's see. Is it stopped? Yeah, it is stopped. So we can run again npx Next serve. Let's see what it does. It does by default. It should serve the app. Okay. Next. Great. So let's run it and verify our route. And let's inspect. Let's close this one. And let's open the console, because if you click on view cart, now it should actually just say cart works, because we now added the route. Last time we clicked on this and we got error like this, saying that this route does not exist. I mean, cannot match any routes. And now next thing, let's add some code to load the cart. And we do that using the store. And we add cart dot action dot sorry, yes, and what we need is cart dot user dot ts cart. We need an effects, and the finally we need selector. Yeah, we need selector. Great. So we have this information, and let's write our action. So I'll say const cart actions is equals to, let's use the create action group. Create action group. Right. So we have parameters, a cart. Let's copy it from product, because we have already used this one. So let's change the names. So I'll say this is cart and load cart and load cart success and cart failure. Remove this one, and this is cart. But we also need some typings, right? So if you go back to the API, so this is how it looks like. So it's an array with ID, user ID, date, and then products. For products, it just gives us product ID and the quantity. It doesn't give us more information about product. I mean, it doesn't give us the entire product info, metadata. So let's go and do that. User, does this get a single card? Okay, card for particular ID. So let's create this interfaces which we want to do, and start. So what it has, so it has ID, user ID. So I think we already have ID. We can just use a user ID, which is number. Then we have date, which is, I'll say, type of date. Let's use date. And then we have products, which is product array, but it's product ID and quantity. So here, let's change this to array of. So should we do that? I mean, it should work. product ID number and quantity number. So this is our information. This is our interface. It's okay. In case of cart success, just load this cart information, and then we add reducers, right? So let's go and do that. Add reducers, and we can borrow the same code. I mean, it's mostly the same information or same type of information which you're going to load. Just make sure whenever you copy paste, change the variable names. This is a mistake which I make a lot, and then sometime, I mean, not sometime, but I just like get issues where I'm not able to dispatch an action because there are multiple actions with the same name. So whenever you copy, make sure that you change your actions and even reducer names. So it should not keep it as product, change to cart. And as I mentioned, just don't keep it as reducer. Don't use uh, the common name, because it may be possible that someone else also does the same, and then you have similar reducer names. Actions and load cart, and we say this is action dot. Is it product or cart? Load cart. Sorry, because I have to change the type here, and I have to export this interface. It's cart. Let's add this cart here. Mm-hmm. Cart state. So else a cart, and what else should I have? So I'll say this is cart. Product count. Do we need product count? No, I don't think so. Let's remove this. So we'll say this is cart, which is array of string and then error. So here we'll say, okay, this is cart, and this becomes action because I have named this as product. So cart, and then it becomes action. Actions. Why this is product action? Okay, cart actions, and this is cart success, not the other one. So product actions. Let's change this to cart actions. Cart success, and I think now it should give me the information. Cart success, and this should be cart failure. Okay, so almost done with our reducer now. Next, we have to write an effect. Let's do the same. Let's borrow it from here. So we'll just copy this one because other information I have to import. So we say this is load cart. Let's import missing APIs. Text effect. And I have to make sure this time I import catch error as well. So I'll just start from the bottom. Exhaust map of type. Okay. Type is from events. Okay. And we need a service, and we also need the action, which is from again effects. Cool. So what is pending is, you can see it is actually giving me error at all the places where we have service. So we need a service to make an API call. We say product service. Yes. And let's create a surface. You don't have to write it by your hand. You can actually just create a service using command line, but it's okay. We just have a single method. So let's copy it from here. Product service. Where is my product service? Here. And make sure whenever you copy paste, change the name. And I just wanted to create a card service, not this one. Card service. We can now take cart action. We are creating it here, so I don't have to do that. So cart action, and let's start. Okay. Get cart. Let's see the API. It's cards. Great. So we got our service. Let's use it. Our service. Let's import. And then this is load cart, and it comes from the action. So I have to import product actions. No, that cart actions. Cart actions load cart, and then cart service dot cart. Does exist, right? Uh, because I'm just using the class name, not the type. Cart service dot get cart, and then we say this is cart, uh, cart success, and here it will be cart. Cart here, same for this. So cart action and cart failure, and I think this should be okay. And I have to import off. Great. So we have effects as well. So we created our action, we created our reducer, we created our effect. And I don't want to use Copilot right now. Anyways, it's helping us enough. So now we need selector. So let's go back again to our product selector and just we'll borrow some things from here. Change this to cart feature key, named as cart. Now we need cart reducer, and we still have product state. Let's change this to face cart state, cart state, and we can change this to cart state and cart reducer. Change here, create feature selector, and use cart feature key. And what we need is we need cart information. So I'll just select state dot cart, and we create a feature. So code const cart feature, and we use create feature. So it needs two parameters, name and reducer, and that's it. Why it is opening GitHub Copilot? Okay, format document. Oh, was selected. Great. So we got our card feature, we got our effects. Let's go ahead and register them, and then we will be Done. But before that, we have to export all these files from our service. Otherwise, it will not work. And what we need is export, import, not import. We need something from our cart selector. Let's say cart slash not cart store slash any defects, and I need reducer. No, I don't need reducer. I need selector. So this is it, and then we can go ahead and use them into a route. So let's register those, provide headers, and then also provide state and provide effect. I'll just change the name. So I'll make sure that I change it because I have to import it first. Import rg slash cart. So what I need is need load cart. This is my effect, and load cart feature. So this is what I need. Cart feature, which I should register inside state. And for effect, here, I should register my effects here. Great. So this is done. Now let's go back to our cart because we have to dispatch this action to get all this information, like cart information. I'll just use constructor and we'll use ng on init and make sure to implement on init. Let's pass the private page only store type of store, and this store should come from NgRx. And let's dispatch this dot store dot dispatch and cart actions load cart. So this is the action which will dispatch. So we'll get all the cart information. We need cart data. So we'll say cart and select cart. So I hope I created this one, or I just forgot to rename it. Okay, select cart. And let's import. So we have this information. Let's try to bind it. And here we'll say cart async pipe JSON. Just to see if we have this cart information or not. Let's go back to our UI. Let's disable the breakpoints. So yeah, cart works. You can see you have all the information, actually ID, user ID, products, it has product ID and the quantity, the number of products they have. And it's different cards. So you can see user ID 1, user ID 1, but it's okay. I mean, this is dummy information anyways, dummy user ID, everything is dummy. So we have products array, which for which each product we can actually get some information for that product. I think they might have an API for that as well. So let's see, get a single product. So if I say product slash one, so it will give me information about that product. So all the information related to this product. So the way we can actually handle it, yeah, Salvat, sorry, thank you. I realized that. So now with this information, the way uh, here. So with this information, what we can do is we can actually, for each product, we can make probably we can handle it inside our effect, right? So we make each call to get all the product information, uh, update our store. Yeah, I mean we'll think about it. So I think we have done enough for today. We we were more productive than yesterday. Basically, we could fix our component product component. We could fix our effects. We wrote like entire store for our cart. We created, we the component was, yeah, I mean, the route was already there. We created the component, and the next thing which we have to do is bind this cart information by calling this product ID. So if you have some ideas, just throw those ideas on Twitter or LinkedIn, and we can implement the same. Because tomorrow I won't be there, so I have some event at Google Office here, so I'll be there. So I won't be able to make it home by the time I generally stream. So I'll skip the tomorrow stream, and then we'll meet again on Friday. So yeah, you have one day. If you are joining again on the stream, just think about it, how we can actually handle this, where we need to get all the information about this product ID and update the store for each product. Remember, this products is an array, so we are going to have multiple products. So, yep, thanks again for joining, and see you all tomorrow. We are making a good progress here. Probably a few more streams, and then we'll be done with uh, this course. And we'll, sorry, not this course, but yeah, we'll basically we can cover more topics. Like we can talk about forms as well. Now we have typed forms, which I haven't tried from a long time. I think we covered NgRx, uh, most of the APIs. We talked about NgRx. Yeah, signals. We have to talk about signals as well. So probably we'll cover signals as well in future. And yeah, thanks for joining again, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Not tomorrow, on Friday.